With all of that said, I will go ahead and welcome Bailey Garrison with Sedalia Young Professionals to the stage. Here's your mic, and you can just, or not your mic, but your pointer.
Awesome, thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. My name's Bailey. I'm the president of our local chapter for Sedalia Young Professionals. We are kind of just getting started revamping our group right now, so I really kind of just wanted to come out and talk about some of our new members, what we're doing as a new group, kind of what we're changing, what we're doing, and basically if you know anybody or if you yourself would be interested, why would you want to join us, or why would you want to tell somebody about why it would be a good idea to join us. So for starters, we are a group of young professionals. It was previously 21 to 40. We just recently decided to lower the age to 18, just to be more encompassing of some of our younger members. And we're doing a junior member, so that's our 18 to 21. We're going to kind of treat that as a mentorship. So those kids that are coming right out of high school, that are possibly going to be transitioning here as students. So we really just wanted to kind of be available to them. We have lots and lots of different members that are coming from different paths. So, you know, if it's a manufacturing, banking, financial, we have personal trainers. I mean, a wide variety of people. So really anything that they could be interested in, we want to be available to them to help them kind of get along in their career. So with that, obviously we have lots of networking opportunities. So the Chamber of Commerce is kind of our umbrella. I say they're our mothership, just because, you know, if we need help with anything, they're always there to kind of help support us. And obviously our chamber has a huge, huge network available in our community. And so again, for anyone that is a member with us, we're going to have connections that we can kind of send them wherever they need to go to help them grow in their career and their profession. Through that, we also have our own Facebook page. So, you know, social media wise, as far as being a member, it's going to be free, so to say, for us to kind of advertise for you. So anything that you want shared through our platform or even through the chamber, we have the newsletter, we have access to all of that to help share your information for your business or your organization through us to help you connect to more people. And then we also are a big community group. So not only are we focusing on professional growth, but also personal as well. So we're going to be out there in the community. We're going to be volunteering. We're going to be helping with whatever we can. You know, we want to be the face at a lot of these other events that are helping out. And you know that you can count on the young professionals to be extra help whenever you need it. And on top of that, we also do fun things. So it's not always just work, and not always just volunteering and community outreach. We want to have fun, and we want to have a good group of friends that we can also rely on just whenever we need somebody to be there for us or just to, you know, go out and do something. So some of the examples that we have coming up as far as the fun activities, and I kind of mentioned this a little bit later, but you know, we'll be doing like lunches and dinners. We have a big barbecue that we're trying to plan for this summer. So for any of our members and their families, typically a lot of our events would just be for the members, but we want to do something at least once a year that we can have all of our family be there with us and kind of help celebrate just being a member and kind of meeting some of the other people that they work alongside with every day. So as far as our meeting goes, we meet once a month for our regular meetings. We meet the fourth Tuesday of each month at 12 o'clock, so we do a lunch meeting. Typically right now we're meeting at the Katy Depot just because that's where the chamber offices is and we have the best availability there. We are actually getting ready to kind of outgrow that meeting space. So we're going to start looking at other places to meet, maybe kind of circle through different places or just find one stationary place to meet so that it's the same. But it's kind of exciting that we're outgrowing that space and that we're going to be looking for somewhere else we can start meeting at. And then each month, since we are a professional growth group, we do feature a speaker at each meeting. So our first speaker, since we just restarted the group, was Robin Balke with Defeat. So with it being a professional growth and personal growth group, I think that it's really important that if you're not mentally healthy, you're not going to be able to give your best at work. And so I think that was a really good starting place for us for our first speaker. And she just talked about, as a leader, as a manager, or even just an employee, how to help support your coworkers in being mentally healthy. We also had Brett Hudson from Central Investment Advisors. He talked to us about basically the beginnings of investing, retirement as it is young professionals, just kind of how to get started in that idea and what we can do to better prepare for our future. So like I said, we're also going to be kind of focusing on different leadership, management styles, communication in the workplace, HR, and lots more. And so that's one thing, if you ever have anyone that would be interested in speaking with us, or if you had any good ideas for something that would help the young professionals with professional growth, we'd be more than happy to talk with you. Our professional growth chair is here, so she would always be the best person to reach out to about that, or really any of our board members. So our quarterly community project right now, the United Way Day of Action is coming up. That's going to be our first big event. So we're going to be helping with registration at that event. But we have room and we need ideas, or just if you ever need any volunteers for anything, this is what we're here for. So this is one thing that we want you guys to reach out to us for, or to really get the word out for, so that we can be a good asset to the community for whenever we are needed. So, I mean, we always have the community cafe, the animal shelter that are great volunteer opportunities, but I know there's little things here and there that you might not necessarily think of off the top of your head, and that's kind of where the rest of you come in. And we do once a quarter, but, like I've said, if we have more time, or if you just really need us for something, we want to be available. So if we have the time, we'll do as much as we can, but our goal is to do at least one community event a quarter. So our social events, like I said, it's going to be, again, once a quarter, and we'll be doing lots of things. So we just had that new axe throwing place open up in Knobnoster, so that's definitely at the top of our list. We are getting into some warmer weather, so maybe some hiking, outdoor events, and things like that. This is something, again, we will be doing at least once a quarter, but as time allows, or if someone comes up with an event or something that we want to go to, we're always going to be open to doing more. It's just whatever our schedule allows. So overall, how we kind of got started, it kind of tapered off during COVID. So again, we started with a completely new board. We have almost completely new members. We have some returning members, but overall, it is a lot new members. Right now, I think we sit at about 26, 27 members. My goal is to double that by the end of the year. So I'm really encouraging my members to bring in at least one person by the end of the year. But I'm hoping just by getting out more in the community and also sharing and having you guys share for us, that we'll bring in new members that way as well. And obviously, the more that we're out there, once we get really started in those events, volunteering, doing the social things, people are going to see us out there, and they're going to be more interested in what we're doing. So again, please help us. If you have a family member, you yourself, a friend, that you know of anyone that would be interested in doing something like this that could benefit from us. Those junior members, again, like needing that mentorship and kind of that push into that professional side after high school, we're here to help. As far as membership, if you are a member of the chamber, it's completely free. So you won't have any kind of membership dues or anything like that. Our junior members, it's $30 for the whole year. And for a regular member, 21 to 40, it's going to be $60. But again, if you're a chamber member, it is completely free. You won't have any dues. So any questions beyond that? Yes, ma'am.
Hey, so I teach marketing here at State Fair, and I'll certainly share your flyers and your application. I've got 3 classes this summer and several in the fall.
Awesome.
Would you, just so I can share the fee, would you be willing to offer that $30 fee to any students that I may have that possibly are 20, 21-ish, offer sort of a student discount in that way?
Yeah, personally, my thought, I want to be flexible. I don't want that cost to hinder anyone from being able to join. And I know a lot of us, if it is something that costs, there's tons of members that would be more than happy to help out as much as we can. I mean, we want it to be open to everyone, and we never want that to stop anyone from being able to join. So we are flexible, and we would be more than happy to work with each individual as far as that goes.
Okay, I'll be sure and share. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
So you mentioned that it was just kind of a revamp.
Mhm.
What challenges did you have? Was it harder to restart or originally whenever Sedalia professionals first started?
So, COVID obviously had a lot to do with it. Not being able to meet in person, not being able to have those bigger events, be a part of those things, kind of slowed a lot of things down. A lot of the other board members, life kind of just happened. They got married, they had children, or whatever else kind of came up, and they weren't able to put the time into it that they were. And so that is, kind of how we got revamped, and they were kind of ready just to pass the baton on to say to a new group to really get it restarted again. And I know my members right now are more than excited to get it restarted and hopefully have those older members join us again. Maybe they don't have the time to put in to be a board member like they were before, but to still at least be involved as they can along the way. So, any other questions?
Have you thought about opportunities to, well, I work at State Fair Community College and we hire young professionals, and sometimes it's, a challenge to keep them here, and we look for opportunities to get them engaged in the community and things like that. So have you thought about marketing towards businesses and organizations that hire young professionals as a way to retention strategy for them, so they're doing the marketing for you?
Yeah, that is eventually kind of my goal, just getting back out into the community, is that we're going to be a go-to for not only employers but other community members to think of as far as recruiting for their organizations or recruiting for their businesses, because they know it's already going to be a member that is involved in the community, that has a good support team behind them, and that they already have the things that they need to be professionally growing and the success behind them, and just the motivation to join something in the beginning that's going to better themselves. I think that's a great quality whenever you're looking for somebody to hire. So I have been kind of slowly starting to do presentations like this within our community just to help get the word out. I've talked to the high school a couple times, trying to talk to those younger kids, but any kind of employers or anything that would want us to come speak to their employees to help them become more, involved and learning that professional growth to help the retention on the other side for them. A lot of members kind of say, well, I don't think that my employer will let me do this once a month as the lunch meeting or so to say. But, I kind of tell them first, just ask. If you have a good employer and you have a good leader, a good manager, why wouldn't you want them to go and be a part of something that's going to help them professionally grow? So long-winded question, but that's our goal, is just to be in the forefront of employers and organizations' minds that the young professionals are a really good group to go to, and you're going to get somebody good out of it. So, thank you.
Any other questions? Great. I guess I can just end with, I know that you mentioned a couple things of how we can help with the community, but do you want to add anything to that, how we can help the group be successful?
Yeah, really just sharing, again, thinking of family, friends, yourselves, anyone that would be interested in joining, making sure and getting the word out. If you think that there's a good place for us to go and talk to individuals, do any kind of presentations and just share about what we do and encourage others to join, giving us that opportunity to speak to larger groups and more people, that's really what we're looking for right now. So, yeah.
All right.
So, thank you.